Hey everybody, Ijaz back with another video, and today we have a great treat for you. We have Joe from Average Joe Crypto here to give you his technical analysis on Fantom coin. Now, you guys know we're big fans of Fantom, and today we brought on Joe all the way from the Midwest. So, Joe, how are you doing, sir?
Doing great, Ijaz. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So, guys, we've got Joe on today to do some technical analysis on Fantom, but there's a catch. You have to head over to Joe's channel to watch the breakdown I did from a fundamental perspective. And Joe, they won't want to miss this, will they?
Absolutely not.
So
turn me super bullish.
Good. We got to be bullish on Fantom. Fantom's a great project. We've done a full fundamental breakdown. Click the link in the description. Go over there, subscribe to Joe. He's a top lad, and then enjoy this technical analysis. Joe, over to you, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you having me on your channel. So I've got our moon and our rocket ship in here for Fantom because, in my opinion, I believe that's where we're headed. But first, let's dive into this. I do have two different charts we're going to look at. I got a clean, fresh chart that I'm going to look at because the price action is always consistently changing. So sometimes you have to adjust some of your trends and your patterns. But overall, this is still looking good, in my opinion, where we're at currently. We have put in a nice cup and handle here. We also have a potential bull flag breaking out potentially. So we're going to look at this first, the cup and handle pattern. This would be your cup right here. And then you got your nice handle here, and you did already break that resistance right here. This was your resistance right there at near $2. You did break that, currently trading at $2.10. So if we look at this from a cup and handle perspective, we do have a possible measure move target in here of approximately anywhere between, in my opinion, around $3.15 to $3.30. This little purple box up here. I do like to use boxes. I like to give you guys a price target range rather than just a specific price target, because that gives you leadway to make your own decisions and your own choices, because obviously not financial advice. But so what we're doing here as the cup and handle, it does look like we've broken out. Let me zoom in on this real quick. I'm just going to zoom in on this so you can see that it does look like to me that we broke out here. Honestly, this would be your handle. So this would be your breakout point, which is at about $1.90 to $2, which is this purple box here. What you've done right now in the current price action is you've actually formed a possible bull flag here in this retracement after you pushed up above your resistance. And if you look right here, what you've actually done is you've just retraced nicely here to your previous resistance from back here, right? You've retraced beautifully there to your previous resistance. Anytime you bounce off a previous resistance, it's super bullish, guys. So, and now what you're currently doing, I would like to point this out, this resistance line being projected out here, this purple line. If you zoom in, you can see how nicely that's playing out. Just look at this. You fell below it. You are getting a little rejection, but in my opinion, we're still in good territory. So what we're going to do next is start off on this clean chart. And I do want to put in this potential bull flag here and see where this measured move could potentially get us. So if we take our support, if we look at our support here, or our resistance, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and put it in about right here. Connect that candle, that wick here. We are kind of cutting through a couple of candle, full body candles there. I don't typically like to do that, but in this case, I think it's necessary. And then we'll go ahead and put in our support down here. And I do believe this could be a potential bull flag trying to play out here. In my opinion, it looks beautiful, a beautiful bull flag here. So let's go ahead and put in a measured move of that and see where that potentially gets us for Fantom. It looks like it's going to be a pretty decent move here. We could come all the way down here to where we did start to break to the upside, or we could come to our previous resistance here where we broke out above that resistance. To be a little more conservative with the price target. But first, let's go ahead and be super bullish. Let's just go ahead and be super bullish, because Ijaz's fundamentals has me super bullish on Fantom. I was already bullish, but I'm even more bullish after hearing his opinion on his fundamentals. So let's go ahead and pull this measure move up here and see what's happening with this. So this is a very, like I said, we're going to be super bullish at first, okay? Super bullish at first, and then we'll put in the conservative target just to get an idea. But this gets you all the way up here to approximately, potentially $3.25 for Fantom. So $3.25 of this, that lines you up similarly here with our other targets, right? It does line you up here in between this box, right? $3.20 is right here in this purple box on our other chart. So it makes sense. There's a little bit of confluence there. You got to measure move from two different patterns, projecting possibly the same target range. So that's good. This is very, very bullish. Now, I'm pretty sure if we look at this other move, if we go just to the resistance that we broke right here, that's going to get you still up there at the bottom of our box on the other chart. So it does looks like $3.04, $3.05. That's very good. That makes perfect sense actually. So if we look at this target here, $3.04 to $3.05, actually $3.05 right there. So that actually makes perfect sense to me. So we have sort of our conservative target here at $3.05, and then our super bullish target of about $3.25. But either way, this is a good range here to look at and pay attention to for Fantom here on the 4-hour chart. So with that being said, I would like to just drop it down real quick. I would like to drop it down real quick on the shorter term time frame and see what's going on here. Let's put it over here to this chart because I do have this resistance line in, and you can see that we are catching a little resistance here. But let's go ahead and look at this on the shorter term real quick just to get an idea of what's happening here in the immediate time frames. So although we are catching resistance here, you can see this was previous support. This purple trend line was definitely some previous support, pretty significant. You broke below it. You got back up above it here, broke below it, caught resistance in this general area, broke below it. You broke below it here, caught resistance on it, and now you're currently catching more resistance on it. So in my opinion, definitely a significant trend line to be paying attention to. And if you look back on the longer term time frame, that is actually resistance being projected from our long-term resistance, right? That is this resistance being played out right here. So it makes perfect sense that we would be catching some resistance here. But on the short term, what I wanted to point out is the fact that even though we are catching this resistance, we are still holding support nicely here. Beautiful support. If we break it back to the hourly, beautiful support here above $2. I think if we hold above $2, we're looking good as long as we hold above $2. And I believe these targets are in range, guys.
So Joe, just on that one, I know our audience, I always like to give them a bit of a downside case as well. So what are your downside levels that you're thinking about? Or more importantly, what if there's somebody out there who wants to get into Fantom, hasn't built up a big enough position yet, or they want to build out their position a bit more? What's a good dip level that we could reasonably expect where they can top up a little bit more Fantom?
That is an awesome question right there. I too also like to typically give bullish and bearish case scenarios in all my updates because it's just good to do, right? It gives people the option to make their own decision, and especially it gives them something to go by no matter what happens, whether it goes up or down. So, and you see a lot of people in comment sections saying, "Oh, so it could go up or down." Thanks a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of it, man. Wouldn't you want to know both cases, right? So.
Yep. We need to, and I think that's the same motto on this channel as well. We've got to be prepared for either direction. We need to have a game plan either way. If we're going up, we know what we're doing. If it comes down, we know what we're doing. That way you're prepared and you're not being reactive, you're being proactive. That's the aim of the game here.
Exactly. So to all those people in the comment section, yes, it could go up or down. You should be prepared for both scenarios. Okay. So pullback targets. You know, what I like to do typically is look for previous areas of resistance because when you break resistance, typically if you pull back, you will retest that resistance for support. So judging by this, you can see that you already pulled back. You actually already pulled back perfectly here. Let me just put in a line here. You already pulled back perfectly to this previous top here, basically, right? Very close here, right? You reached it pretty nicely here to this previous top. So you're trying to hold support on that. That is good. Next step down, in my opinion, you could come down to these previous areas of resistance down here around $1.55, approximately $1.55, which is a pretty decent drop, right? If we get rejected here and we do break our support levels here at around $2, $1.55 is looking good to me based on this previous resistance. Now we could also, let's see, let me
completely agree with that, Joe. So if we lost $1.94, I've got this marked up on my charts as well. If we lost $1.94, I'm happy to start nibbling a bit more Fantom. And in order to go heavy, it needs to fall to what you're saying there, which is $1.55. If we can get back to those levels, I'd be buying in bigger proportions.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Something else that we can point out too, as far as support, you got your moving averages on the 4 hour coming up here. That actually is going to line you up with what we just talked about. But you could also, do believe, let's pull this chart up. Whoops, every time. Do you have that issue too?
Always, always.
So what I'm noticing here too is our uptrend support level. So let's just see where that gets us, because you can put in your support from back here. Let's just take it, experiment with this real quick and see where this gets us. I want to say this is some support here. I want to line it up with that. So let's see if this lines up. I believe this makes sense. And this is looking like it's going to be some confluence here for this. Yes, that's so our support here, if you look at this, this is roughly put in here, but basically you want to line up here with this support because that was decent support. And then you do have some support here. So really this area, this general area right here, and that actually lines you up. If we were to come down here, it would make perfect sense if we do break bearish here, because this actually gets you right there at that exact same level of $1, around $1.50 to $1.55. So that's another good confirmation of this resistance playing out. Your uptrend support lines you up there with that same level of resistance at $1.50.
Very nice. Very nice. I think that's been an absolute treat, Joe. Thanks for that. I think hopefully that gives everybody a good idea of how bullish the setup is looking on Fantom. We've been covering it quite a bit, but as you can see there, it's gone and retested the support level from the flag, and it definitely means from the cup and handle, sorry, and it definitely means we can head higher. It's a nice setup technically, and obviously you'd have to go to Joe's channel to find out how well it's setting up from a fundamental perspective. Now, one more thing I'd want to add, Joe. Are you done with the charts there?
Yes.
Cool. So one more thing I wanted to add, which is really important if you're trading this on a short-term basis or even a medium-term basis, is you do have the Fantom Developers Conference coming up in Abu Dhabi over the next week or so. And that is going to be a major catalyst for Fantom. And it could be one of the reasons why we've been running up so much in the past week or two. So please, as I always give you guys a word of caution, be careful of buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Joe, you've seen this happen so many times. And yes, you see a run up, the catalyst happens, and then it just drops. What's your experience with that, and what would your warning be for everybody?
Well, perfect example is the Cardano Alonso hard fork. I mean, that's a perfect example of buy the rumor, sell the news, because that's exactly what happened with that. We all seen price was going up, looking good, people buying the rumor of the news, and then as soon as it happens, as soon as the Alonso hard fork happened, we seen the price dump. And in previous coins that I've kept an eye on, same thing, guys. Previous news, buy the rumor, sell the news. My experience is it's like a perfect indicator of what you should do. I mean, it's like do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, basically. Absolutely. When people are getting greedy, you buy the fear, sell the greed, right? Same sort of thing happening there. So I totally agree with that, man. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I did not know that about Fantom. So I appreciate this collaboration because it's really informing me and hopefully will inform my viewers as well on Fantom.
Cool. Absolutely. And I think, look, when you're trading, it's absolutely fine. Be aware of what you're doing, set your price targets, use your technical analysis, don't be greedy, have your stop loss, get in, get out, right? You're a trader. But like me with Fantom, this is a long-term conviction for me. So I'm not going to mess around swing trading. I might do for a bit of fun, but in terms of long terms, I'm waiting for the dips. I'm tracing back the support levels, like you've said, to $1.55, those kind of levels. And if I want to top up, I'll top up more for the long-term conviction, because this is something that once you watch the fundamental video, you'll realize Fantom is a layer one solution that's going to compete with the likes of Algorand, with the likes of Solana, with the likes of Cardano. And we know Ethereum's not the be-all end-all. I've said that plenty of times on my channel. We know that Ethereum's going to need other competitors, right? It's not just Apple and no Samsung, no Microsoft, no other competitors. There's going to be others, and those ones are being built right now. So we need to pay a lot of attention to them, because you have the possibility of entering some of these plays. It's as if you're entering into Ethereum at $5, $10, right? These are once in a lifetime opportunities, and we've seen the movie play out with Ethereum. but this time we're a bit more knowledgeable. We're ready to do this a bit earlier with some of these coins. So thanks again for Joe for jumping on. It's been an absolute treat for everybody here. Hope you guys enjoyed and benefited from Joe's technical analysis. If you enjoyed this video, then as always, please hit the like button and subscribe. Comment below if you want to see some more of Joe, and obviously click the link in the description, head over to his channel, watch that video and tell him that I sent you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.